based on this, he came to this conclusion that Jesus did not exist.
Before we get to that more legitimate and substantive question, though, I want to raise another really stupid point that people bring up, namely that magic mushrooms, psilocybin or what, kind of spooky psychedelic stuff, is actually at the heart of the origin of Christianity.
It seems to have started with an individual named John Marco Allegro, who was a legitimate Dead Sea Scroll scholar. So this was an individual who worked on part of the original editorial team that was evaluating the Dead Sea Scrolls when they were discovered, between the late 1940s and the 1970s. And so this was an individual who actually had credibility in terms of his credentials. However, he wrote a book called The Sacred Mushroom and the Cross, where he really starts to go off the rails. But based on this, he came to this conclusion that Jesus did not exist, and the Gospels were more or less a hoax, and that what Christianity turned into was nothing more than a misunderstanding of ancient fertility cults, that the object of worship was a psychedelic mushroom. And one thing to keep in mind is that no scholar from any background, now I mean this honestly, religious or secular, either in Allegro's day or now, accepts Allegro's theories and conclusions based on the actual arguments that he makes. Underpinnings for his arguments were faulty.
Especially if the centerpiece of it is that Christ never really existed, which I've heard before. It seems to me we know more about Christ as an historical person than just about anyone else of his era. I mean, not literally anyone else, but we know a lot about him. Do any serious people seriously doubt his existence?
I mean, I think I can comfortably say that of people who have accredited PhDs in some relevant field, historiography, New Testament studies, biblical studies, classics, that would touch on the historical Jesus, you probably can count the people who doubt his existence on two hands. And that's probably for everybody who's currently holding an accredited degree in those fields right now. So it's not that nobody does, but it's that it's the evidence, like you said, Michael, is just so overwhelmingly substantial that even if you want to be a hyper skeptical scholar and say, well, we really can't know anything other than he was probably baptized by John the Baptist and he was crucified under the leadership of the Roman governor, Pontius Pilate, but really nothing else we can say about him. I mean, that's still granting that he existed,
Yeah.
that he was, an influential Jewish rabbi, and that he was crucified. And so, the bare bones of that, and I think we can obviously say far more than that historically, to doubt his existence entirely is really pretty fringe.